Hey everybody, it's George Wooden again from BW Unlimited Charity Fundraising, your charity fundraising one-stop shop in a convenient setting. Check out our website at www.bwunlimited.com. bwunlimited.com. Scratch my neck. Well, today I thought I would change where we're at a little bit. This is our staging area. As you can see from behind me, even with this crooked picture that I've been trying to straighten out, this is our staging area. This is where we start to stage all the items that are getting ready to go out to our charity clients all across North America. It's carpeted so we can put our items down here that know what's going out. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of stuff, probably about 90 items that are heading out to an event Thursday for a Thursday event, and we've got events all lined up on the walls that they're getting ready to go out. So everybody likes to see this stuff anyway, and they ask me always about our no-risk auction items. So I thought I would do it out here a little bit, change it up a little bit. Okay. Something cool. We just did a signing with Hulk Hogan from WWE, Hulk, and here's one of the items. We just got it in. Actually, just got them in today. We did the signing with Hulk, championship belt, and it says Hulk Hogan, Hulkmania for life, backwards. So something that's available. It's an actual belt. Oh yeah. You know, a belt for, I know that's Macho Man Randy Savage, but you know, that's all. That's the extent of my WWE stuff. So that's something that's available for charity auctions all across the United States. It's kind of cool if you're a WWE fan or whatever, but one of the things. Okay, so today this is going to be like a conglomeration. I put up a question on Facebook earlier. I said, hey everybody, ask me, are there any questions out there you want to ask me about fundraising? So George, a good friend of mine, George, from out west, George, Michigan, right? Michigan, could be wrong. Don't shoot me. Asked me to talk about a few things, and I also want to also mention something else. And then Joe Preston, Colonel Joe Preston, great auctioneer from out west, also asked me to talk about the first meeting, a first charity meeting that you have. And I also saw something from Renee Jones, one of the best charity auctioneers in the United States. I saw a post from her. I'd like to talk briefly about that. She was dead on exactly what she said. Okay, first, let me say this to you. So today we're going to do a whole bunch. This is going to be like Ask George about fundraising. All right. So first and foremost, let's talk about what George said. George, my good friend George, who I've known for a while, who's been following me, a fan of ours, mentioned something about, talk about people who like to reinvent the wheel, basically do it, not reinvent the wheel, do the same thing over and over and over again. Basically running raffles with the same items for the same charity or the same event with the same stuff, the same charity over and over and over again, even though they're losing money and losing people at the event. Now, this is a good question, George. Great, great. Think of more, because keep them coming, everybody. Just ask me questions. I'll talk about them in a video blog. That's a great topic, and the reason why is like, for instance, we're constantly booking events. Like we've rebooked to Rush Soccer, Delaware Rush Soccer. We just rebooked to Prince George's County Police Foundation. We're constantly rebooking the Police Canine Association all across the United States. Well, once you do one thing, if you don't change or make it better, you might as well stop. You heard me say that. You might as well stop. You cannot do the same thing over and over. People get bored. You got to constantly keep them guessing. So when we're talking about a raffle, you need to change the item, change what the giveaway is, change the ticket price, something. It's got to change in order to keep people interested. You cannot do the same thing over and over and over again. Because what happens is every time you do it, it falls and drops and drops and drops and drops. If you're a charity who's thinking that way, we'll see you later, because the charities that we're working with are constantly changing up their stuff, and they're making more and more money, and they're getting more and more supporters. You've got to. Now, let's talk about events. Perfect example. We just rebooked the Prince George's County Canine section, Prince George's Police Canine section. Last year, you guys and girls out there remember the Blues Brothers Bash. Well, we've just rebooked it for this year. It's March 4th at Martin's Crosswinds in Maryland, down around DC and Greenbelt. Well, everybody had 800 people there last year. Well, we've got to change it. It's got to be new, refreshing. There's got to be new stuff about it. It's got to change, because that keeps people interested. They walk out of there and think, wow, it was really cool. Last year they did this, and this year they did that. It's got to change. It always has to change. It has to evolve. Remember I said this. Everything has a shelf life, including fundraising events, including charities. Within the recession, a lot of charities, smaller charities and weaker charities, that's what I said, weak charities, weak charities who don't understand fundraising and marketing, they dropped off the face of the map. Nobody really cares about them anymore. We're gone because money's still coming, but it's only going to go to the strong ones. You got to be a strong charity. You really got to want to improve. You got to want to give people great events, great fundraising opportunities, and they'll keep coming back and they'll bring their friends. So George, you're right, 100%. In order to keep people involved, you've got to change. You got to change. So moving on to Colonel Joe Preston's his comment about something he wanted me to talk about. The first meeting, the first charity fundraising meeting. Okay, I hope this is right. Joe, let me know if this is right we're talking about. Your first meeting should honestly be about team building. You should build your team. In the first meeting, you should talk about getting more people involved in your charity event, building the committee and the whole thing. That's the first meeting should be. It should not be about what entertainment, what food you're going to have. It should be all about your team building. Build a committee. Recently, we met with Rush Soccer. Even though we've done many events with them in the past, we've done an event with them in the past. You know, they want to start concentrating on sponsorships and building the event. The event did phenomenal last year, but I had to bring them right off the bat. I had to say to them, look, your event is not until the end of February, but in order for us to do this correctly, we have to first talk about the basics, which is building the team, the committee. Build a committee. Now, something real quick about a committee. There's 3 rungs about a committee. The first one is the leadership. Imagine if I had one of my handy dandy boards, I would tell you. The first thing is the leadership. There's 3 or 4 people in the leadership. Outside of that is the committee. So you got a circle here of the leadership. Outside of the committee, it's people that all want to help, and they're there all the time for all the committee meetings. Now there's a larger ring outside of that, so it's 3 rings inside each other. Outside of that are the committee helpers. Those people will not be at all committee meetings. They'll help. They'll be at the event. They'll generally help. They'll track you on Facebook or whatever else, but they're kind of in and out. So that's your committee. Your first meeting should be about building your committee, building your team. Because the bigger team, the more help you have, the bigger your team is, the much more successful you will be in the end. Colonel Preston, Colonel Joe, I hope that answered your question. If not, let me know and I'll talk about it in my next fundraising blog. Okay, so let's move on. A couple days ago, I saw, if you don't know who Renee Jones is, she's a great auctioneer, charity benefit auctioneer out there, does phenomenal work out on the West Coast, is one of the best auctioneers across the country. She posted a message that I read and I thought, wow, that was really incredible. Well, and I asked her if I could talk about her in my video blog, and she said yes, we have her permission. So Renee said something about, listen, about having the local sportscaster as your auctioneer. Local sportscaster, somebody's friend on the committee, something like that as your auctioneer. Big mistake. Big mistake. Just because somebody's funny, they're a comedian or whatever else, they're well known, does not make them an auctioneer. Does not make them an auctioneer. An auctioneer understands. Here's what you have to understand. If you're having your most important event where you're trying to raise money, it's almost like getting a surgery. Do you want to go into surgery and have the mechanic next door do it? He's a really good guy. He cut his neck once. Well, let's have him do the surgery. Heck no, absolutely, positively no. You'd have to be crazy to get that, to have somebody do it like that. You need an auctioneer. Auctioneers, especially somebody like Renee, thumbs up to Renee Jones, somebody who like Renee out there who understands charity events. She understands how to pull from the crowd. She knows what strings to pluck. She knows how to entertain. She knows, they know. Get a charity auctioneer. Listen, there's a lot of them across the country. There's a lot of great charity auctioneers across the country. Out here, there, me, whatever. But get an expert, because the last person you want working on your money out there to raise money for you is somebody who doesn't understand what they're doing. It's the big mistake. You talk about an investment, having somebody like that come in will hurt your bottom line. So that's today's video blog. I'm George from BW Unlimited Charity Fundraising. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. Go check out our website at www.bwunlimited.com. Remember, we're North America's #1 leading charity fundraising firm, providing fantastic charity auction items like Hulk Hogan and all kinds of other stuff, helmets, and there's a Dallas Cowboys helmet, Babe Ruth, all kind of great stuff. check us out. We also only use the 100% authentic authenticators. We're the only provider out there, ladies and gentlemen, who only uses JSA, PSA, DNA. Check us out, www.bwlimited.com. Call me, 410-658-8808. Email me, george@bwlimited.com. I would love to help you, and I hope you're listening to share this. Share your friends. Give me a thought to talk about. If you have any questions or anything like that you want answered, let me know. I live, eat, and breathe this stuff. It's fundraising. I love it. So, all right. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.